called the Cleveland Browns. They came alive in 85 and 86, they're going for more. Bring on the Broncos, Bengals, Bears, the Dolphins, Steelers, we don't care because we're going to the Super Bowl. They're the bad Cleveland Browns, baddest football team around, better than a team should be. They're gonna win the AFC. Now the Browns are known throughout the league for their fearsome running backs. Nothing could be finer than a run by Ernest Biner and a big Kevin Mack attack. We got Bernie the Kid, and I'm glad we did. He's as talented as he is cool. In the clutch is quite a twosome when he throws to Ozzie Newsome. Brian Brennan, Webster Slaughter too. They're the bad Cleveland Browns, baddest football team around, better than a team should be. They're gonna win the AFC. Now the Browns have got a defense that can really rock the place. Tell your runners and receivers that they're gonna be believers when the dogs are getting in their face. There's Golden from Johnson, Clancy, Harris.
Dale, first of all, if you can, give us your Browns resume. How long have you been a Browns fan? How long
All my life.
All your life? How long have you been tailgating?
About the last 12, 13 years.
Okay, same spot every week?
Well, we try to get the same spot.
Okay. And season ticket holder? Season ticket holder?
No, we just get tickets. About 25 of us come down here every year and just watch the game. Eat and watch the game.
Okay. Well, then that leads us to the next question. What's on the menu for today? What's your
hot cakes, sausages, eggs, fish, chicken. Yeah, we got the whole menu.
We might have to come back here.
Got to come back.
All right, give me this. This is a good question. What players today are going to be keys for the Browns to pull off a victory?
Of course, Baker Mayfield, Myles Garrett on defense, the offensive line. Got to give him time, and they have to have a running game going today.
That's it. You know what? Here's
all of it.
Most important question. Everybody wants to know. Give us your prediction for today's game. What's the final score and who's going to win?
21-17 Cleveland.
21-17 Cleveland.
Yes.
So far, everybody's on the same page in the Muni lot.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thanks, Dale.
Thank you, guys.
Right,
Thank
man.
you.
Dale, first of all.
And that is it for us today. To play us out. What does that mean?
I'll tell you what.
Play us out. What does that mean?
We're live.
All right, go. Yeah, Bob.
That was Dale from Akron. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Wednesday Night Quarterbacks. What's up, Liz? What's up, everybody else that's watching? Make sure you like and share this so other people can join in on the fun. Good evening, gentlemen.
Oh, good evening.
We're 7-8.
Oh, good for you.
We're 7-8. What is that? Today's show is sponsored by what?
We're sponsored?
No.
Really?
Future Hop IPA.
Nice. All right.
Eventually.
How much did we get paid for that?
Voodoo Ranger Future Hop IPA.
Hopefully, cases of Future Hop IPA.
Awesome.
Limited release.
That's fucking great.
And well worth it.
Lower class fan, what do you got on the agenda tonight?
Oh, wow, that's a reversal of fortune.
Voodoo Ranger IPA.
And talking about the Browns.
I probably have some quotes. That would be my first guess. I can't wait to get into those. You know, that is my favorite part of any fan cast is the quotes.
I got some doozies today.
I bet you do.
So if you want to call in live, you go to zoom.us and hit 599-401-010. That number will be up at the top of the broadcast throughout the show. So it's zoom.us to join in. We still have Gabe's picture up from our awesome afternoon game versus the Raiders that we lost. And yeah, you see the agenda. So let's get right into it. First things first. Can you unsee it?
Quotes?
No. The rabbit pushing the grocery cart.
Oh, I never saw it in the first place. To tell you the truth,
Yeah.
I did not get it. I had no idea what they were talking about.
Can I ask?
So the
No.
meme is on the right, and then the picture on the left is an actual picture that I took off of my television.
That's
Right.
that's
All right, never mind.
What were you gonna say? What were you gonna ask? Don't mute yourself.
I was going to ask about the rabbit in the shopping cart, but don't worry about it.
Oh,
Let's moving right along.
No,
Moving right
Just
along.
don't worry about it.
Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. Says we're not moving on.
no, we are going to look at this until everybody sees it and embraces it.
I still don't see it.
What?
I
mean,
understand.
With the
I get it.
drawing, I see
I
it.
do.
I mean, if you don't look at the drawing to the right of the screen, and you look at the logo, it looks absolutely nothing like that. So how that person came up with that, I have no idea. Let's get to the quotes.
Excuse me.
Brian, we're not moving on until you see this.
Okay,
It's gonna be a long show. Brian is pretty stubborn.
Let's just waste time. The dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen or heard. So let's move right along.
So you don't
All
think
right.
that one on the left looks like you can see the bunny ears and the little face, or you
No.
need the drawing to help?
I had to have. I didn't even know.
I don't.
I looked at that so many times trying to figure out what they were talking about, and now that I see the picture, I get it. But if that wasn't there, I never would have seen it. Let's go. Quotes.
That thing blew up Twitter. All right, Spalding, lead us off.
You know who also blows up Twitter? Baker's wife, and no one pays attention to her either.
I just run and hit, honestly. I just run and hit, for real, for real. But when you have those open field tackles, it's really one-on-one. It's mano-a-mano. And
You know what?
I want to win all the time.
Let me take this one. I'm going to say the lead tackler for the Browns, MJ Stewart. Come on.
Ding, 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 right out of the gates with the point.
I love
Nice
when,
game. Nice game, MJ.
I love when these quotes go really fast and painless. Moving right along.
What's up, Tom? Go ahead, John.
All right, should I do this one?
Yeah.
All right. Is this,
Right there.
There it is.
we all have faith. We all have faith in Bake and Coach Stefanski. I still have all the faith in the world in our offense. I'm
Wow,
guessing anybody that calls him Bake is Joel
Wow.
Antonio.
Miles Garrett,
Because I heard because he was available to the media on
195.
a presser. You're saying 95? I'm sticking with Antonio.
He's got the slides.
He called him Bake like 12
I
times.
actually don't have the slides. For once.
You're right. I'm talking to the person who's right.
Oh.
Ah!
Okay.
Of course he has this line. Well, you know what? I don't know if that's a popular opinion.
It's fine. There's nothing to say. Move on to the next
I don't
one.
know that that's a very
Yeah, I
popular
think there's
opinion.
5 people that would say that. They're all in the offensive line. Mark
No, I thought
Ventresca
Really?
tuning
Someone
in.
else would say that on the team?
I thought
Maybe
the better
Miles.
quote-
Okay, so everyone else has lost confidence in the
Miles would say. Miles would say it. Ward would
Well,
say it.
They're all gonna say it.
No one's
I
gonna
know
not say
lower
it.
class fans have. They've all lost.
No one on the team is gonna say the complete opposite of that. Who would?
Hey, I mean, obviously, what do you expect them to say?
The
All right,
only person
moving on.
the only person that would say the opposite of that is
But,
Odell Beckham Jr.'s
obviously,
father.
fine, whatever.
Yeah, I thought the better quote from Antonio was when he was talking about the locker room being divided or the defense looking sideways at the offense, and when he said that may have happened in years past, but not now. I thought that was huge when he just casually put in there the in years past.
I like that.
Yep.
I mean, because he's the elder statesman.
Yeah,
Nobody's been here longer.
he's been there for Freddie and fucking Hugh Jackson. yeah.
He's
Oh,
in
yeah.
that Spitzer
Oh, yeah,
Shield
good point,
commercial,
good point.
rapping away.
Who was his first coach? That's an interesting
Read between
question.
The lines. No, it's probably before Hugh. Who
It was?
before Hugh?
Was he Chud?
Maybe Antonio. He's been there like what,
Mike,
8 years?
what's his name? Mike. Not Prefer. Mike, the guy that's in Green Bay, defensive coordinator now. Bald, looks like Steve Austin.
Fucking Pettin?
Yeah,
Pettin?
Mike Pettin.
Mike Pettin, bald guy with Manziel. Yeah, Batonio was there.
All right.
Right?
Next quote. I'm reading this one.
Yeah, he knows what he's talking about.
All right, you're reading this next one?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
The death threats, lies being told about my husband, and blatant disrespect never ceases to amaze me. I hope you can find some happiness so you stop trying to steal it from others.
Emily!
We hear from her too much.
Emily, stay off Twitter.
Be quiet! We agree with you. He should not be getting death threats. That's ridiculous. It's probably lower class fan and all of his buddies.
But you know what, guys? She is like 2 generations behind us. This is what they live on. You know, 20 fucking people out of 500,000 followers, and she makes it like a fucking, you know.
All right, Jim, let me ask you a very simple question. When you're using the younger generations from going and spilling whatever random thoughts they have on Twitter.
She's obviously doing it, John.
Hey, no, here's one quick question. Answer. Would your daughter do that?
Probably.
No.
Yeah.
I doubt it.
Hey, kudos to you for being honest.
Yeah.
You said probably, and when he
Because
answered, as soon as he
that's
answered
the
that,
world they
Stern
live
said
in.
no.
That's the reality.
Sternbach's daughter wouldn't do it. Jimmy's daughter would.
Moving right along.
He's saying he doesn't have any kids, so he can't say shit.
Right. I know both.
She probably would. I'm just being honest. Because you get 30 or 40 death threats out of 500,000 followers.
Peanut Gallery up. Peanut Gallery that's listening.
Are being assholes.
Peanut Gallery that's listening. What are your thoughts on the quote? Get him in there. What's up, Patrick? Patrick Langdon from Talkback Fans.
Eric.
Ah, we love Eric.
599-401-010 is the Zoom link.
And Jim, I'm glad you said I have no kids. I know both the DNA test and the judge are against me, and let's say I'm never going back to Argentina, but you're right. As far as anybody knows, I have no kids.
It was not meant to say that.
Don't
You
worry,
have
John.
no
Someday you and your
understanding.
boyfriend can adopt.
Anyway, moving on. Come on.
All right, last one, Johnny.
Mayfield, come on. This is absurd.
We have to take care of our business and do what we're supposed to do. We need to go in there and focus all on Pittsburgh.
Nick Chubb. I'm just throwing it out there because we don't hear too much from him these days.
Tom P says, bitches be cray. Oh, man.
Now that should have been in the quotes.
I wonder what Liz has to say about that.
Anyway, I said Nick Chubb because...
Take your fucking pick. Stefanski or one of those boring-ass stupid...
Now, it can't be Stefanski because there's no... We got to get better.
It's a player.
Oh, well, true, yeah.
It's a player.
It's a player.
And it's not Nick Chubb?
No.
No, that was my guess.
Nick Chubb wouldn't even bother to comment.
What's up, Eric?
Hey.
Oh, he's getting his audio going.
Nick Chubb.
All right.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, he's there.
Who's the quote?
I'm going to guess it's a defensive player because that sounds like a response to, hey, you know, the offense kind of let you down. But who would say that?
Eric, you got a guess?
Maybe Denzel Ward.
Die Hard is not an Xmas movie's in the right direction.
I'm going to say it's Myles Garrett.
I can do nothing but say defense and guess Denzel Ward.
He's got the slides.
That's right. He does.
Total guess on Denzel Ward.
Okay, moving right along. Just tell us who said the next one already, Mr.
I have no idea.
All right, I have to ask lower class fan one question.
I can't wait to hear this, Jen.
Liz says 50 Shades of Grey.
Has Denzel Ward earned a contract extension?
Oh, good question.
Well, you know, if you recall, before we started the season, he was my player that would have to show up this year for the Browns to have any freaking chance. I wanted him to be my comeback player, and I have cut him down every chance I had, every game where I thought he got burned, a couple times on Christmas. But would I give him a contract extension right now? Yes, I would, Jimmy. I would give it to him. Before I give Baker one, I'd give him
Nicely
one.
done.
So if they're gonna him and Haw on that one, then
Since we're all having a come to Jesus moment, I will recant my burning in effigy of Joe Woods from the beginning of the year.
Thank you.
6 weeks. I mean, every defense is going to get torched here and there. I got to give it up. What my vitriol at the beginning of the year, I take it back. The defense has played very solid.
It's played more than solid.
With the exception of Brady Williams.
Hey, John, can I ask you a question though? Because you were at the game, right?
Yes.
On
with
the
exception
series
of Brady Williams.
on the series that Devontae Adams was covered by LeConte.
Richard,
that whole series, JOK didn't play the entire series. So I don't know if Joe Woods is necessarily the has got out of the doghouse, no pun intended.
With the exception of Brady Williams.
But you don't know if he was. Okay, I'll let him answer.
I'm not saying we eulogize Joe Woods the way Madden is being eulogized today. But
I don't even know how you put
Eric,
those
you
two
were
in the
not here to say
same
this. I was strongly recommending Joe Woods, and I was ready to write a letter of recommendation for him for the head coaching position at the University of Akron. He now can keep his job for one more week.
Akron's won one game in the
Thank
past
you.
2 seasons.
All right, moving on.
Hi, Scott.
And with Joe Woods, we'll get that chicken.
He
Not
would.
from the
He
lot.
should.
All right, moved
All right.
on.
So Chubb had a heck of a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a good thing that they stopped using him all of a sudden for some unknown reason.
All right, stop.
Week 16 highest graded players: Nick Chubb, number 1. Anthony Walker, Joel Bitonio, MJ Stewart, and Dearness Johnson gets a consolation 75.5 because no one else rated higher.
Well,
Nick Chubb should have had a 93 because I'm sorry, Jim, but even as Packer fans after the game were saying, why didn't they run more? In the same breath they were saying about themselves, why didn't we pass more?
Okay.
oh, I gotta hear this, Jim. Everybody sit back. Go on, Jim.
Okay.
And they were high-class
I'll
fans.
respond later. You guys go ahead.
What, are you gonna wait till the end of the show?
Oh no, I'll wait.
First
till
and
you
10
guys
at the
all go.
first and 10 at the 50 with 2 minutes left
And 3 timeouts.
and 3 timeouts and
not only 3 timeouts, the 2-minute warning if you want to reel
Right.
it back 10 more seconds.
the realities of what happened from a play calling perspective in that particular sequence are a microcosm of what's gone on pretty much all year long. Every time they want it, they should zig, they zag.
The reality of that was at that point, Stefanski
Patrick, can I
outcoached
stop you
himself.
for 1 second right there?
Sure.
Go ahead.
Even though you knew it was coming anyway. Isn't that on Kevin though? Because you
That's what
guys
we're
are all
saying.
saying so obvious that we should be doing this, and then we do the other thing. It's Kevin that's calling the plays, right?
Right.
Like Baker's not audibleizing out of these fucking
Well,
plays, right?
that's the thing.
Kevin's calling the plays.
Yeah, everybody was
You guys
talking
are
about that.
screwing Baker because this
Nobody
shit
said
never
anything
works.
about Baker. No one
Right?
said anything about Baker.
I didn't say anything about Baker.
We're talking about the fact that Stefanski decided to put the ball in his hands when he's got a running back that's averaging 7 yards a carry with 2 minutes
All I
left and
hear
3
is
timeouts from the
Baker's-
50-yard
Baker
line.
is the devil and he
Nobody
should
said
be
anything
killed.
about Baker. No one even mentioned his name in this conversation. We're talking about the fact that Stefanski outcoached himself.
Oh yes,
For
like
no
There was a
reason
lot
whatsoever.
of
All
people
right, he brought
post
up
game.
the right point. He brought up the right point. Like what plays are we calling here?
And there was a lot of people
Give it back to
post-game.
Patrick. We'll give
I
it
was
back
gonna
to
say,
Patrick.
I was gonna say, John was there, so you could probably speak to this a little bit better than I. I don't know how many more Browns fans were there, but a lot of the Browns fans that I was following after the game were complaining that they thought Baker was audibling out of these plays. Now, even if that was the case, which I don't believe is the case at all, even if he did it the first time, there's no way he's doing it 2 other times. They're just not.
I don't know. I mean, you guys all watched the same game. I did. At no point in that series did I see Baker go up to the line and go kill, turn around to everybody else, try to get to the center, look over at the wide receiver, motion him in to block, and then call it off. And no, I never saw that. He went up to the line. He called his audible, and he hiked the ball, and he threw it to nobody.
And I believe on the interception, he was in an empty backfield, if I remember.
2 more cents, like with a backup center, you're definitely not gonna fucking audible-wise to change protection on a fucking pass play.
He did not audible.
He's just not gonna do it.
Those were
you're just gonna call the play that was called.
And more importantly,
it's not gonna happen.
And more importantly, at the end, when they were talking to Kevin Stefanski during the press conference on Monday, Monday. That would have been Sunday at that point, but I think it was Monday's press conference when they talked to him. He said he was very happy with the play calling.
Right.
So that leads you to who was
read between the lines.
Right, exactly.
Right.
I would have had more.
Fucked it up.
I would have had more respect for
totally
Baker if he
agree.
would have audibled
not
out of those
defending
pass
Baker at
plays
all.
to a run.
Like that's obvious.
At this point, I would be giving Baker more credit had he audibled out of those calls to a run. If it was a pass play that was called in and he would have checked off to that.
But Brian, I don't think he's allowed to do that.
Never mind, he couldn't do it on third down.
I know it sounds dumb,
backfield.
but I don't think Baker's allowed to, or he's not mentally capable enough to do it. I don't know.
Here's the 2 big questions. Okay, we're talking about the last play. How about the 2 before that, of which one of them should have been intercepted? But let's distill it even further. The whole game. You put your game plan behind a guy who's not practiced in 10 days and showed up 2 hours beforehand, but yet took time to take a quick Instagram selfie. That's fine. But you haven't practiced in 10 days. And your game plan is chuck the ball around. And I got to quote the tour guide from Lambeau Field, because I just found it funny. He never referred to it as the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field.
Well, you know what, John? Even though you were there, I'll give you the PFF stats. Guess what? The Browns had 17 first downs via pass, and they were 7 of 12 on third downs. So what does that tell you? They were actually succeeding in passing.
You guys want to know what?
I have a PFF stat
on 2 of the fucking interceptions.
4 interceptions.
Defensive pass interference. So that gets me -2. I'm just telling you, they were actually better on third down than the Packers were in the game.
To back up for a second, do you guys
You're putting
realize
the game plan in a guy who is? I'm talking the whole
I'm
game
just
plan.
telling you what the stats say.
And what does that lead?
My stats
John,
4 picks.
And John, what does that read us?
Hold on a second. Do you realize the reason why they had so many first downs passing? Because they were in short yardage situations. Because they were running the ball so effectively. What we're trying to say is when you had 2 minutes left and 3 timeouts and you went to pass, what the fuck was that?
This leads us down. I think this leads us down the path that everybody's starting to come around to, that I've been talking about since pretty much second or third game of the year. Kevin Stefanski, and I'm smarter than everybody else, is starting to wear very, very thin. And it's not just wearing thin on the fan base. I think you're starting to see ripples of it coming through the locker room.
This guy.
How about
thank you,
AKA Eric? Ripples going through the locker room. How about ripples going through the guys sitting at home with COVID, tweeting out, "Run the damn ball"?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if AKA Eric needs any proof source for his thesis,
John,
there it is.
If you're so smart, then why aren't you doing it?
That was John Johnson. That was John Johnson.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's at home tweeting
That was a player doing that.
That's what I mean.
Oh,
He's
okay.
the one. That's what I'm saying.
That's the whole
Players
point.
are saying, stop outthinking yourself.
No,
Don't think you can only hurt the ball club.
Either Stefanski has to turn over play calling duties, or this is what we're going to continue to have every week.
He does. A head coach has so much going on in those final 2 minutes. Who's gassed, situation, timeout, 2-minute warning. Give the play calling to somebody else.
Andy Reid does it. Fucking Sean McVay does it.
Yeah, you're talking about coaches that have experience
He's like 2
and have proven
generations younger
themselves.
than us, John.
Bill
What are you
Belichick does
talking
not.
about? It's such a dumb argument.
But they
well,
win.
these guys do it. These guys can fuck.
Jimmy, those guys win. Nobody argues with you when you
Sean
win.
McVay hasn't won shit.
You were talking about Andy Reid.
Andy Reid won 1 Super Bowl in 35
Didn't Sean
fucking years.
McVay go to a Super Bowl already?
Because he had Pat Mahomes 1 year.
Okay, what?
35 fucking
And?
years been coaching. He won
So
one
what,
fucking
if he
Super Bowl.
if he goes back
He's a
and wins
fucking
another one,
genius.
then what?
Give me a fucking break.
So what are you saying, Jimmy? You're saying it's not Stefanski?
What are you saying?
I'm saying it's fucking Stefanski.
You're
And a
saying
second
that
ago
the
you were
quarterback
too.
is the problem. I'm saying there's
Who
way more
keeps
problems than the
saying
quarterback.
Are you
The coach
fucking
is definitely a
listening?
problem.
Are you
The
listening
coach
to
is
anything-
definitely a problem.
Hi, Dina.
Anything that anybody's
You're saying
Not
it's a
one
Lego
person.
piece. We just stick a Lego piece into the thing,
Holy
like
fuck.
a quarterback, and then it's solved, and we're gonna win a Super Bowl. It's not that easy, dude.
Jim, are you listening to anything anybody is saying tonight? Not one person said anything about the fucking quarterback.
I don't know if Baker's the future of the franchise.
now somebody said something about the quarterback.
Four
Brian said
interceptions.
Baker wasn't the answer in his Facebook message.
4
6 hours
interceptions
ago.
is
He
too
said
many.
Baker's not the answer.
I'm talking
So
about
I
the
already know
conversation.
your position,
Okay.
Brian. You said Baker is not the answer.
I'm asking
I'm
you
saying,
about
what is the
conversation, the conversation we're having right now regarding
Okay.
the end of the fucking game that we all just watched on Christmas Day. Whose fault was it that they fucking choked on the ball from the 50-yard line with 2 minutes left? It's fucking Stefanski's. Do you hear anything anybody's saying? Nobody said shit about Baker.
Well, the missed field goal didn't help, and the missed
Fuck, let's
extra
go on.
point
Let's
didn't
move
help.
right on to the missed field goal. Who fucking cares about that right now? You throw 4 picks on one
And
missed
the
field
pass
goal
interference
doesn't
didn't
mean
help.
shit.
So was it really Baker? I don't know. He definitely didn't
We're
help.
back to the Baker.
You know
Yeah, okay.
I think
Yeah,
John
got
brought up.
seven-
I think John brought up something pretty that has to be talked about.
Which John?
Does it matter?
Green Bay-
You're gonna
Green
tell
Bay,
me
John.
something about fucking
Ah,
Baker.
man, bullshit.
No, I agree with you too, Pino. I would tell you that the pass before the interception, even before the phantom pass interference that didn't get called, the pass before it should have been picked off. He threw it right in that guy's breadbasket and he dropped it.
Agreed.
So
It's
theoretically, the pass interference really wouldn't have really mattered if they would have caught the ball to begin with. So in the case, I am no longer on the let's back Baker bandwagon. I'm heading towards.
Neither am I.
I'm heading towards the.
Oh, yes, you are. Shut your mouth, James. Let me talk.
You're on the 100% blame Baker part.
You
That's
pull that guy on the
bullshit.
50-yard line.
Tom,
Not 100% on the quarterback.
Tom
There's
P.
53 players on a fucking team,
He
and
threw
you can't
3
blame
picks.
one guy for a fucking loss by 2 points.
And he threw 3 picks that led to 21 points.
He led. Yes, exactly. No, it's not
Oh, he
bullshit.
lost the game.
53 players. 53
3
players.
interceptions that led to 21
Blame
points.
one fucking guy for a loss.
3 picks
Tom-
that led to 21 points.
Tom P says if Baker didn't throw like shit, Stefanski wouldn't look so bad. Is Stefanski calling these plays because he wants to show Andrew Berry, hey, we might not have the guy?
No, nobody's having that kind of conspiracy
Nobody ever
theory. They're all trying to win.
You're not setting the guy up for failure because guess what? That's going to cost you your job.
Yeah, they're all trying to win. Again, 10 days that you haven't practiced, you arrive 2 hours beforehand. You've got a running game
Exactly.
with the stats on the left side of the page.
You know what, John?
Clearly read, give it to Chubb. And if not, give it to Ernest Johnson, who also was having a hell of a game.
At 14 yards a carry.
Thank you. And may I say, since you brought that up, our quarterback flew in by private jet on the day of the game without having any practice for 2 weeks. For 2 weeks without having any practice. And you expect him to what? Throw for 300 yards and 4 fucking touchdowns?
How about
No,
How
and
about
that's why we're saying don't give him the chance to
Right, so
throw
that's
for
on the head coach.
interceptions. Your own
That's on the head
logic.
coach.
no? How about
It's
not
not
throw
on
4
Baker.
interceptions? How about not throw 4 interceptions and maybe
That's
throw
not
for
on
200?
Baker, though.
Maybe throw for 200 yards.
Saying it's not on Baker, right? Right.
I'm saying it's
I can't
not
believe you're
on
saying that.
Baker.
It is.
They inadvertently set Baker up to fail.
He
Should
did.
you have
I
the
think he
have
did.
the game
I think
plan
he
in
did.
the foot?
And-
So the conspiracy theory that Stefanski is
It's not conspiracy.
putting
Bullshit.
Baker on display for everyone to see isn't correct, but
I think it's more.
but they're
I
not
think it's
doing
actually-
enough to help him.
I think it's more sinister than that. I think it's the head coach doesn't really understand how to win a football game. And that's a bigger problem than any quarterback that you could plug in anybody. If the play calling is as bad as it's been, and it has been all year long.
It's been terrible. It's been terrible.
I mean, and again, you could talk about having Mahomes. You could talk about trading for Russell Wilson.
Yeah, I know.
Or whatever you want to talk about. At the end of the day, if you don't have any receivers that can get open and you don't have a play caller that understands the ebbs and flows of the game and what you should do when you should be doing it instead of trying to put yourself on a different level from a smart perspective, he was trying to outthink himself, and that's exactly what happened. There was no reason. You had all of the cards, and you basically laid them on the table. And I'm sorry, that's not a leader. That's not somebody that I would want to play for. And like I said, you're starting to see it. You're starting to see players are like, I don't get it.
He should know that after 3 interceptions, you shouldn't count on that person to do what you're asking him to do.
Can I add some random things about?
But if you're right, that's a bigger problem. Having a problem with Stefanski is the bigger problem than having a problem with Baker.
Did Bill Belichick not run the ball 45 fucking times 3 weeks ago?
Has absolutely nothing to do with this.
That's the best example you can give.
No.
Right there.
Absolutely nothing to do
Mac
with this
Jones
conversation.
sucks. And he did what he had to do to win the
this
fucking game.
It was
Baker didn't do what he had to do to win the game.
100%.
If Baker sucks, why don't you play Case Keenum?
A lot of people have been asking that, but Case Keenum's no good either.
That's on the head coach, Brian. It's not on Baker.
This
I
is
mean,
like
I'll tell you what, Jimmy, if the fucking head coach goes out on the field and throws 4 picks, I'll back you 100%. But the quarterback did it by himself, and they led to 21 points. If Green Bay doesn't get those picks, we probably win that game handedly.
It comes back to the old Paul Brown quote when Bobby Mitchell was late to get on the bus, and he said, "I'm sorry, Coach Brown." He goes, "Oh, I don't blame you. I blame the guy that hired you." That's the same thing. You can't blame Baker in this situation. You got to blame the guy that keeps throwing him out there. Anybody that's played any kind of baseball can tell you if your front shoulder is out of whack, you cannot throw properly. Period.
Yeah.
They had an opportunity when they beat Denver with Case Keenum to sit Baker for another couple of weeks, and they decided not to do that. And not only did that not help them, he actually wound up hurting his leg and his ankle, I believe, too, right? And he hasn't been healthy since day one, but yet you're trying to get this kid with an underachieving wide receiver core to throw you into victories. And that's just plain dumb. It's dumb. When you have the kind of running game that they have, doing that is why you're in the position you're now. Now you need help to even attempt to get into the playoffs. That's if you even go into Pittsburgh on Monday night in Ben Roethlisberger's last game in Pittsburgh. I mean, this is not setting up for success, in my opinion, anyway.
No, it's not.
Well, first let's say what's up to Greg. Glenn says Stefanski's hands have been tied by Baker's injury and/or ability. Said Baker has had the ball with a chance to win in the game 16 times in his career. At the end of the game, his record is 2-14 in those games.
That's a bullshit statistic.
Oh, of course.
How?
There's 53 guys on the team, John. You can't
Oh.
just blame one.
But eight of those games, quite frankly, he did take the lead, and the defense gave it up. So that's the part of that stat that no one really talks about.
Some of that.
Okay. Yeah, Glenn also says, so it's Stefanski's fault that Baker has the most interceptions in the league in the last 4 years? Got it.
Wait, what? Hey, I know there's a delay.
So it's Stefanski's
Brett
fault?
Favre threw 286 interceptions in 20 years.
Brett.
286. He's in the Hall of Fame.
Favre.
Yeah, Favre.
About a
Whatever you want
different
to fucking
quarterback.
call. 286 interceptions.
Who gives a rap?
But
Yeah,
to
Brian-
answer the question,
Brian is putting his face in his hand. Oh my God!
to answer that question though, guys,
it's not. It's
isn't
not
it technically
not a bad
Stefanski's fault then?
You know how many Super Bowls Brett Favre won in 20 years? One. Aaron Rodgers won. Drew Brees won. So you guys won all these fucking elite quarterbacks. How many Super Bowls they have? One.
But to answer that question, guys, isn't that
the fucking
technically
Brady.
is Stefanski's fault because he
No,
continued
you
to
want to
run
blame
him
it all
out
on
there.
the fucking quarterback.
Jimmy, you make about as much sense as a fucking football back right now. Nobody's talking about Brett Favre or anything else that any other quarterback has done. We're talking about the quarterback that plays for the fucking Browns.
My
right
only
now.
question is he good enough to win you a Super Bowl? I think
He's not
he is.
good enough
I
to
actually
win us a
think he
fucking
is.
Christmas Day game.
I
Who?
think he is.
Baker?
Yeah, I really do. I really think he's
Oh,
good enough,
wow.
if he's healthy, to win you a Super Bowl.
No one here agrees with you.
I know. I don't care.
Tom P says Kevin's still wearing his Coach of the Year belt.
Whatever. I mean, you know. But
Soft schedule, overachieving team.
at least Patrick is bringing some common sense to this discussion here.
Look at the highest rated players
Kevin
on the Browns so
Stefanski
far.
deserves some fucking criticism here. God.
Joel
My
Bitonio,
God.
top rated player. Miles Garrett, Nick Chubb, Wyatt Teller, J.C. Treader.
All right.
And Miles Garrett is a plus 750 to lead the league in sacks. We got Pittsburgh coming up Monday night. How you guys feeling?
Miles Garrett does not lead the league in sacks.
It says he's a plus 750 to lead the league in sacks by the end of the season.
Not anymore. That's old.
No, that was from yesterday.
I would
TJ
love to know what's in
TJ Watt.
Jimmy's fucking red solo cup tonight. Holy fuck.
I think it's TJ Watt.
That's DPO. That's DPOY,
Okay.
not sacks.
He says TJ Watt.
I think Miles Garrett is hurt more than he let on the other from.
Oh,
from the
sure.
other- from
I
the Las
agree.
Vegas game.
People were
He was-
inspired that he just played.
Yeah, he was not. He was a non-factor on Christmas Day. He just wasn't.
Yeah.
You could tell he had no explosion, no nothing. I'm glad he went out there and tried to give it his all. But the reality is if his groin is hurt as bad as it appears that it is, they're going to have a tough task getting after. I mean, Roethlisberger hasn't played particularly well, and their offensive line hasn't played particularly well. But he does have a history of getting rid of the football pretty quickly. So,
And that defense is what keeps them in games. And so far, our offense, whether it's Stefanski, Baker, or the skill players, have not proven that they can do anything.
If they don't have a lead going into the fourth quarter by 3 fucking touchdowns.
Right. They're not coming back if they're down. Let's see. Glenn says, I hope you're right, Jim. I really am cheering for him. I think he means Baker. He's just missing too much to defend him to that plank. Thumbs up,
Thank
Glenn.
you. Appreciate it.
Well, let me change the subject just a wee bit to something positive. For the men in the listening audience, Green Bay has a tremendous thing in the bathroom. Above every urinal is a shelf that you can put your gloves when you got to take a piss. I didn't see very many gloves there, but I did see a lot of Miller High Lifes. But great idea. Place your beer on a shelf while you take a piss. What a positive to come out of is my tour guide did not call it the pros and cons of Lambeau Field.
Yeah.
All right, if you're listening, before you start tuning out, make sure you get your predictions in for Pittsburgh. Brian is going to catch us up with points. Right? Dubs! Who got the point last week?
Much more attractive than fucking
Well, I'll tell you
Northwest.
what.
Man.
Like I said, unless...
Did you get the list I emailed you?
Yeah. if anybody, and I'm backtracking here because I missed last week's show, if anyone can come up with a screenshot, picture grab, face fuck, whatever the hell you can find these things out.
A face fuck.
Well,
What's a face fuck?
Of your prediction for the Raiders game where you actually predicted that the Raiders would win that game, and you can send it to me, you'll get that week's point. Right now, there's no
I predicted Raiders. Not Raiders. I'm sorry. Got wrong game. Green Bay. Sorry.
Well, like I said, I'm going back a little bit because I missed it.
All right. So get your Raiders screenshot in.
If you can legitimately say, hey, I said the Raiders were going to win by whatever, who cares? I don't have anything. Everybody that I have said they picked the Browns, and if they did, well, you don't get shit.
You can go back on the Wednesday Night Quarterbacks Facebook group and look at all of our live videos. You can also check them out on YouTube.
That's fascinating. Anyway, so what I got for the Packers game, very easy. This week's point with a prediction of Packers 24, Browns 17, goes to none other than Jonathan Spaulding.
Boom!
Dick.
Take that, mother... What?
Huh?
All right, we got our first prediction in for Cleveland-Pittsburgh. 32-16. Big Ben cries again.
Well,
Tom P. is picking the big Browns win.
One more time. What were those numbers?
32-16. Big Ben cries again.
Excuse me.
That's how we finish that.
I cannot believe the Browns are laying 3.5 in Pittsburgh. That's stunning to me.
We're getting Clowney back. We're getting, Malik Jackson back.
A lot of dudes.
A lot of dudes.
Heinz Field on Monday night. Ugh.
Baker, our quarterback.
Oh, Greg
Kareem Hunt's back, too.
Is Greg Newsom back? I know
he's supposed to be for this
Troy
game.
Hill and Kareem Hunt are still questionable.
And Kareem Hunt.
Is there any
Questionable.
chance that Greedy
Back to
Williams will get
practice.
COVID this week?
What?
Someone please assure me that Greedy Williams will get COVID and go on the COVID list.
You're off the Greedy Williams train, huh?
Oh my God.
Who is?
He was
Lower class fan.
absolutely terrible.
Oh, he isn't like Brady anymore?
Nope.
I didn't like him in the
Why?
first place.
He was giving him a chance, and now he's totally cutting him off.
I gave him a chance. I can't.
He gave him a very short leash.
He was Jamie Collins in it all over the field last week. I don't know if you guys saw it. I'm sorry. He was just there.
I can't hear him anymore.
Good.
Liz says 34-28 Browns for the win. Go Browns. Glenn says Hill and Hunt just need a negative test. They'll be fine. Hopefully. That's true. Glenn, get your prediction in. Greg,
By the way,
get your prediction in.
free?
Dina, get your prediction in.
I thought I heard on the radio that Hunt was already cleared off.
Are you COVID free?
He is. He is. He might be questionable because of the ankle still.
He's still questionable because of injury.
That's what I thought.
Hill and Hunt.
I'm asking Johnny Pino if he's COVID free.
He's been upgraded from week to week to day, but he's off of the list.
I'm COVID free.
Okay, that's all I was
Well,
asking.
are you
I'm still masking up.
Are you prediction free? Come on, John.
Browns are going to win this game, guys. It's going to be 21-16.
Nail biter.
Yeah.
So
I'm
we-
going to say,
I like
Go
how we're
ahead.
going above our average of.
Go ahead, Die
16
Hard is
points
not in
or-
a Christmas
16
movie.
points or less.
all right, I'm going to say Browns win 33-26.
Wow, how are we going to score that many points?
Well, I'm not saying there's going to be a bunch of field goals. They would traditionally get 35, but I'm counting on two extra points being missed. So instead of 35, we're down to 33. I'm not raising it because of field goals.
5 touchdowns. Okay, awesome.
Let me hear what Jimmy the Greek's prediction is. I can't wait to hear this fucking gem.
Well timed, my friend.
Jim's going to pick 98.2, but that's not the score. That's the decibel level
This
at the
episode,
stadium.
my nemesis, lower class fan, and he is definitely the lower class fan. I will say Browns 24, Pittsburgh 17. Yes,
I got 16-10 Cleveland.
my final call.
Oh, 16-10.
Oh, that's a more realistic.
Hey, can I change mine to 21-17?
No, you can't.
21-17. Greg says, and he's got a great last name. It's Spalding. Says Browns 28, Pittsburgh 10.
Greg Spalding.
Yes.
I like that.
I like, and I'm more along I like Eric's prediction. I think it's going to be a low scoring affair because neither one of these teams
need to be out
very good.
Yeah, if you look at the last game.
Browns defense has stepped it up big, but are they going to do the same thing they did the last time we played them, where Big Ben gets rid of the ball in like 0.7 seconds? I mean, just trying to get out quick because he knows he has to. Najee Harris is a good player. They have some decent pieces. I like Freiermuth or whoever. I don't like the team though. I think they're terrible. I'm going Browns 18, Steelers 16.
18-16. Brian's counting on Pittsburgh's kicker getting drilled into next week like he did last game.
Pittsburgh blows.
We lost to him first game.
You can't beat Pittsburgh. Give me a fucking break.
Get out. Are the Ravens going to lose to the Rams?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Are the Bengals going to lose to the Chiefs?
Yes.
That's the scary one for me.
And if we win, we'll know on Monday.
I did.
Bengals cannot put two games together.
Patrick,
That is
do you
true.
really think the Bengals are going to?
I didn't say that they were going.
It's going to be a shootout.
I think it's. I don't think
right now. He
I
is
just.
rolling.
I don't think it's. I don't think it's as clear cut as that.
Okay.
If good Cincinnati shows up, which John just said, they don't put two games together.
It's going to be a shootout.
Coach versus coach.
No,
Come on.
Shootout.
I'm just telling you. If good Cincinnati shows up, it's going to be a good ball game.
You think? Really?
We'll know by Monday the state of the team.
Because I think Casey's offense destroys Cincinnati defense.
And if they have a chance, if the Browns have a chance, and both of those games go in our favor, and we blow it on Monday night,
oh, guys.
Fancast is going to be crazy next Wednesday. You guys are going to be yelling at each other for an hour.
It's there. It's there, guys.
We still got a chance.
We still have a chance. We really do.
All we have to do is beat Pittsburgh and Cincinnati and get a little help. Will the football gods shine down upon our beloved team
Not that far-fetched.
and give everyone a pass?
Here's my prediction, and I just know this is what's going to happen. Ravens are going to be up 5, 12 seconds left. Rams got the ball, and Beckham drops it in the fucking end zone.
Right.
That might almost
that
be
guy
worth
would
it.
say that. Okay. Pull up the Brady Bunch squares, and I point to that guy. And
That's what's funny about Browns fans. Like
That
everybody
guy's
keeps
fucking
talking about Beckham because he's got 4 touchdowns or whatever it is, right?
Right.
He has
And
4.
what they do,
Yeah.
That guy is Brian. He's there.
what I guess I
That
don't
guy is
understand
Brian.
about that is, are they not
Fucking
looking at the fact that he's the third receiver on that team, and they
Well,
have
Cooper Kupp is.
and they have
getting
Cooper
double
Kupp who's getting quadruple covered on some plays.
Right.
But I thought Sony Michel got more looks than
Right.
he
In an offense where they pass 50 fucking times a game or whatever the fuck it is. Yeah.
I'm just saying that would be our luck.
I hate that. Let's not go there. All right, we're out.
All right, we're out. Go Browns. See you next Wednesday.
Who you taking us out with, John?
Later, bitches.
We're going out with the Landbulance. Eric from Talkback Fans, thanks for coming in as usual.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Eric, don't leave just yet.
And everybody out
All right.
there, F the Steelers, and we'll see you next Wednesday.
All right, Eric, are we done?
All right, we got Kristen from Kirtland, soon to be out in Munson.
Correct.
Bill, here with her friends, probably about 10 or 15 of them. Give us your quick Browns resume. How long have you been coming down to the Muni lot and tailgating?
He's longer. He's older.
Since the mid-'80s.
It's a mid-'80s season ticket holder?
Yes, sir. Third row dog pound.
Now, this is the important question that we're asking everybody. Are you going to work tomorrow?
No.
No, both of us.
They did not hesitate. The last guys work on the hemming and hawing a little bit.
No, absolutely fucking not.
Now, besides,
Are we allowed to swear?
you can say whatever the fuck you want.
absolutely fucking
It's
not.
It's like
a problem.
XM. Okay.
Now, besides Baker and Odell, who are going to be our key players that are going to get help
Miles
us?
Garrett.
Oh, wow. She was quick on that one.
Nick Chubb.
Nick Chubb, Miles Garrett. Nick Chubb seems to be the hot one. Everyone's going straight to him.
I would
And
say
142 TDs.
He's hurt.
who is?
Christian Kirksey is on IR.
Yeah, he's out. He was gone. And so is Njoku. So,
Yeah.
Farrell Brown, if you're watching, you better step up, buddy. All right. Gotta know, what's your prediction for today's game? Give me the score.
Honestly,
I think
Honestly, your honest prediction.
Browns fan my whole life.
we're not gonna fare
27.
so well.
27-24. LA.
I think it's less. I think we're gonna have about 10, maybe 14.
No, all right. I think we're gonna score. Have our defenses out.
It's going to be a tough day on
It's gonna be a
defense,
tough
that's
game.
for sure. So
Yeah,
we got
for sure.
27-24 Rams and
I would say 21-10 Rams.
wah, wah, wah.
I hate to say it, man.
At least they're honest, folks.
Hey, that's honest, man.
You heard it here first, right here in the Muni lot.
Third row dog pound. 30 plus years. I'm a realist, man.
We'll still be here, but I don't think they're
I'm
gonna
gonna be. I'll be here next week.
We'll all be here
2
next
weeks.
week.
2 weeks.
2 weeks from now, yeah.
Well, we might see you again.
On the south side of Lake Erie, there's a place called Cleveland Town. And if you go down there, you better just beware of a team called the Cleveland